Welcome back to our special report on inflammatory breast cancer. One woman is from Camino Island, the other from Carnation. One in her 40s, one in her 60s, both fighting the same monster.
Well, this guy needs to come too. Oh yeah, he's starting to...
It was a day just like this one. Nancy Key was gardening. She was doing what she loves and felt great. Her only complaint, a tiny spider bite. She thought she got gardening. It was on her breast.
Was itchy, very itchy, incessantly itchy. Nothing took care of the itch.
So she went to the doctor. What she thought was a bug bite was actually IBC, inflammatory breast cancer, a very aggressive and deadly breast cancer.
I was, what do you mean I've got the worst breast cancer there is? I don't have a lump. How can that be?
That's exactly what makes IBC hard to detect. There's almost never a lump in the breast. And countless women who called our hotline tell the same story. They had no lump and they were misdiagnosed. Those misdiagnosed were told it's a bug bite, it's a breast infection, not cancer.
Does he have an underlying cancer or?
Breast cancer specialist Dr. Julie Graylow says by the time IBC reveals itself in the breast, it's already traveled through the body. That's what makes it so deadly. Graylow says IBC is never caught early. By the time the symptoms show up, the cancer is already in an advanced stage.
It's not something most women know about. It's not something a lot of primary care doctors really think about.
Yes, I was furious and at the same time terrified that I was going to die because I didn't know.
Nancy is one of the lucky ones. She's an 8-year survivor. Her IBC was stage 3. The cancer was in her breast. Stage 4, the cancer attacks the entire body. And there is no stage 5. Graylow says IBC is hard to detect. It's rarely found on a mammogram or self-breast exam. An MRI and biopsy are the best catch.
It's appropriate to know your body, stay in tune, do your self-exams, get your mammograms, but none of that's perfect.
That's why Nancy Key is telling her story.
Because I have such a passion for not one more woman to be surprised. I don't want another one to be surprised and say, well, how come I didn't know? How come I didn't know?
She always had such a beautiful smile.
Phil Willingham misses Marilyn's smile so much.
She smiled and took a breath and went to sleep.
Marilyn died in December, just days after her 65th birthday. A silent form of breast cancer was too much, and she knew it the day she died.
And she gave me a real strong hug, and she says, I love you. You're a wonderful husband.
Inflammatory breast cancer, or IBC, attacked Marilyn. She had no warning. That's how aggressive it is. Marilyn's doctor misdiagnosed it. Phil is on a one-man crusade to make sure Marilyn's story is told. He talks to strangers, and he's met with every Washington lawmaker. He often begins with how they met in 4th grade. Phil says that's Marilyn looking to heaven. Then he tells how he spotted her years later at a bus stop and asked her out.
So we went out and went to a show, and then we were together the rest of our lives.
In the spring of 2003, Marilyn thought she had a spider bite. Her doctor said it was a breast infection. A second doctor knew better. Just by looking at Marilyn's breast, he knew it was inflammatory breast cancer. Marilyn had a brief remission, but the cancer came back. She died last December, 2 weeks before Christmas.
The last day of her life, she was just as beautiful to me. It excited me just as much to be with her.
Because of Phil's efforts, Governor Gregoire proclaimed the first week of October Inflammatory Breast Cancer Awareness Week, making Washington the only state in the country to recognize IBC. When we come back, if you think breast cancer is an older woman's disease, if you think you're safe because you're young, think again.